Hello, Arkansans and anyone else watching this video. This is Kenny. I'm a conservative activist here in the state of Arkansas to give a report on information that actually matters to you and what you can do about it. So here's a report regarding the Arkansas State Capitol. Several gun rights activists met on Monday to meet with other legislators to talk about mainly the gun rights stand your ground issue that is being debated and was earlier debated this week in Arkansas Senate Judiciary Committee. Stand Your Ground law is a bill that allows people to defend themselves without having a duty to retreat and in some way had to be prosecuted by what we call Soros Bloomberg funded prosecutors, people who have been hired by the left to take away our rights using judicial activism, or you could call it legal activism. Now, Stand Your Ground law usually involves the usage of firearms, but can involve any form of self-defense. On Monday, the Gun Owners of Arkansas group had a meeting with the state legislatures. The ones I was able to see with witness that was there were Dan Sullivan, Gary Stubblefield, Ben Gilmore, Skip Hall, and Brant Smith. There may have been others that met with them, but I was only there for a brief time. There'll be other events at the Arkansas State Capitol, although there have been some restrictions on what people can do there due to the Corona China virus that was introduced into our nation from the People's Republic of China. Regarding Stand Your Ground law, a bill similar to this was defeated in the last legislative session. It was voted down by then Rhino Arkansas State Senator John Cooper, who was also a supporter of Arkansas Obamacare and most tax increases. Conservative activists like the Northeast Arkansas Tea Party up in Jonesboro, and even some conservative activists like myself helped in defeating John Cooper in the March 2020 primary. He was replaced by conservative activist Dan Sullivan. It appears that more primaries will be needed on the state and national level in order to make Arkansas a conservative state. There is some language in the current Stand Your Ground bill being debated before the Arkansas legislature this week, called SB24, filed by Senator Bob Ballinger, that might end up doing some more harm than good. There is a phrase in the bill titled known as unlawfully present, and it's unclear what that phrase actually means. SB24 hasn't been amended once, but really needs to be amended again. There's some testimony regarding the details of what this phrase could possibly end up doing from Gun Owners of Arkansas activist Tim Logans, who testified regarding the bill on Tuesday. Two-Way Women founder Jan Morgan was also there and stated her concerns regarding the bill.
Lawful presence is a very troubling term for me. What is lawful today can be unlawful tomorrow. Specifically, I want to state that this refers to the criminal trespass statute. Now, I saw the memo that Senator Ballinger passed around about the defense of this bill and said, yes, trespassers would have to retreat. And I think his assessment was correct in that. The problem is when are you trespassing? For instance, if I am a otherwise lawful citizen that is constitutionally carrying, as many of you know, no permit is required in Arkansas to carry a weapon. And if I go into a location that has a no gun sign on the door, if I didn't see it, by the trespass law, I could potentially be trespassing because trespass law says entering unlawfully or remaining. Now, law enforcement has typically not cited or arrested anyone unless they refuse to leave. But the statute says or, not and. So if I'm an otherwise law-abiding citizen that is faced with a deadly encounter and it's later revealed that I went past a no-gun sign, it could be determined very easily by prosecutors that I was not lawfully present. And therefore, by removing incomplete safety from the current statute, I now have a duty to retreat, which is a scary option for me. Because what we're doing is confusing citizens and dividing them based upon class and money. And when they don't know if they're there lawfully, Many of us can trespass or otherwise be unlawful and not be aware of it. I'll give you an instance that will bring this point home. A friend of mine in Jonesboro was recently detained at the Embassy Suites at Arkansas State University. He was at a business meeting. That's the day the governor was there, by the way. I don't know if any.
It's important to remember that there have been many problems regarding gun laws in the state of Arkansas in the past. A campus carry bill that was filed in the session before last, which originally was a great bill that would allow people who already have the right to carry a firearm in public be allowed to protect themselves on college campuses, was sabotaged by Rhino Governor Asa Hutchinson in conjunction with the National Rifle Association. The bill ended up being laden with all kinds of regulations that required enhanced carry training, and then was further sabotaged again by allowing academia to void themselves from being part of the program that would allow for campus carry to be on their college campus. Basically made the law pretty much useless. And there are some efforts to reform that, but as it stands right now, if you wish to defend yourself on a college campus, you have to go pay for and spend the time to get enhanced training. And I believe, as I recall, the law only applied to professors. There's also an issue regarding constitutional carry within the state of Arkansas. Constitutional carry means that a person can carry a firearm with either open or concealed without the need for a permission slip from any government official. Several court cases, including the Richard Chambliss trial, which I filmed, and then the Taft case, settled this, but it took lots of efforts from gun owners of Arkansas and other conservative activists to settle this law. And there may be some towns and municipalities that are still trying to harass people for carrying firearms. So, of course, rhinos have been sabotaging conservative efforts for years, so there is a legitimate fear regarding any kind of legislation, even if it does have a conservative title. You can catch me on MeWe, Parler, Gab, Twitter, YouTube, and Rumble, assuming, of course, those platforms are up and I have not been censored by big tech. But anyway, that's some information you need to know. What you can do about it, besides sharing this video and liking, sharing, and comment, is contact your legislature and tell them to add an amendment to SB24 that clarifies that language regarding unlawfully present. And lobby them on other items. Tell them to vote down the hate crimes law and see what else is going on. Learn how to get involved and what you can do to be an effective person. Study politics, study war, and study these things that affect you so that your kids and grandkids can have a future.